5 weeks or whatever it's been. Good break here, and really excited about what's coming up in the fall. So with that, any questions?
And the obvious first question is such a significant change, and in fact, Sean said significant is not a strong enough word for how much this kickoff role has changed. How much have you enjoyed the process of putting together a plan and kind of seeing it just the beginnings of it unfold?
Yeah, it's been a great process. As a coach, you always want to be challenged, and this is definitely a challenge on that on multiple levels, not only tactically but schematically, personnel. So it's something that we've been working on, and it's something that's going to definitely change the game. I support it. That it meets the demands, which increases the number of returns. That's the intent, while reducing those long-run, high-speed collisions to protect our players. So it'll be interesting. I would tell you it's a movement to contact, to use a military term, and things are going to change. It's going to be dynamic, and we're working to be ahead of those changes and get the best results.
Typically when you build plans, you have so much kind of data to pull from, given that there just isn't a whole lot of it. How do you kind of approach when you kind of make decisions, how long you need to see something before you change and all those
Yeah,
sorts of
so
things?
I would like to tell you that I would share that this has been a lab, right? So we've been in the lab for this period of time. You're trying things, trial and error, confirming and denying what you thought might work. You're right, there's not a ton of data points. Oftentimes it's referred to as what they did in the XFL. I would tell you that it's similar, but it's not the same. There's many elements to it that are different. So so you just keep working it. Again, it's a work in progress, and I compliment the guys, because you've got to adapt to change. Change is inevitable, and you can either fight it or you can try to adapt to it and succeed. And that's the mindset that we've got, and that's the mindset our players have.
Today was the first kind of look we've been able to see it, here at practice. What's the challenge, especially for the frontline guys, in ensuring and knowing that the guys on the back end safely field the ball so that they know when to react?
Yeah, there's a lot of things to unpack there. I don't know how much time we have. I think you alluded to fielding the ball. I think that's going to be very, very important, because the ball that ends up hitting into the landing zone and going into the end zone goes out to the 20, which is good for the kickoff coverage team. So there's been a lot of that trial and error that we've talked about. So I would say that fielding the ball is going to be important, and our guys have worked on that.
With the coverage and then the return teams, the standing, basically standing start almost, does that lend itself to maybe different body types, different skill sets being rewarded?
Yeah, so I think you're talking about the personnel that you're going to use specifically on the kickoff coverage or on the kickoff return. Those body types may look different. I would share with you, just like I said, at the end of the day, what we'd really like to meet those two demands: increase the number of returns while minimizing those long-run, high-speed collisions. And we really just want a clean kick, a catch, a return, and a tackle. But there's other elements in there that you just mentioned with the personnel that are going to be changing. So there's a little bit of a we'll see on it.
We got time for a few more about the rule. If it lands in the box and just crosses the goal line, it's automatically the 20, or is it still a live ball?
A lot of things to unpack there. The one you're asking about specifically is this, I believe. If the ball hits in the landing zone, which is defined as the goal line to the 20-yard line, and it rolls into the end zone, and the ball must be downed, it'll be downed at the 20-yard line.
How much, I guess, how exciting is it, because so much of what y'all do is kind of routine-based year over year and just tweaking stuff, that's such a drastic change for guys like you and Mike that have been doing this for so long, kind of get to be reinvigorated?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, being reinvigorated, and like I had mentioned earlier, there is that challenge there, and so you're just always in the lab tinkering. And again, just like we mentioned before, there's a bunch of different elements there. It's not only schematically, it's tactically, it's personnel. So it'll be determined as we move forward. Again, I don't think there's any approved solution to this, and it's new, but it will be be
With the kicking specialist specifically, does this reward a different type of kicker now? And does that affect what teams maybe look for from their kickers in the future, because it's about placement rather than simply blasting as far as...
Yeah, I think there's an element there, as far as having a kickoff specialist or a position player doing that. I don't know. I guess if you have a guy that can do it, I would say that the delivery of the ball and the placement is going to be important. I just think the rule lends itself to some different types of kicks, whether it's a conventional ball, you mentioned it, hang time is not paramount there. I think positioning is important. And you may see a handful of these unconventional kicks because, as I just mentioned, if the ball does hit the ground and it goes into the end zone, that does benefit the kickoff team. The other element is when the play starts. The play does not start when the ball is kicked. The play starts when the ball is either caught or hits into the landing zone. So those are a lot of the elements that we're working with here and just we're talking through and working on, and that we have done in the lab here over the last 5 weeks.
What kind of resource
one here, Brandon.
can Jim Leonard be, who's returned so many punts and a handful of kicks in the league, and obviously so much in college?
Yeah, Coach Leonard is excellent. He is a resource. He helps our returners. He was an excellent returner in his day. Matter of fact, he was with me and Coach Westhoff when we were with the Jets, and over a 10-yard average, so he was getting a first down every time he caught the ball. He was an excellent returner, but he was an even better punt catcher. Like, his ability to catch the ball in a hurricane was really good. I mean, he can catch it, and he's a valuable resource to our young returners back there.